All right, well, we're just taking a look at my Polaris. I picked this up in the fall, just before deer season. Been really handy having that cab and that heat. My wife doesn't mind coming and getting me after dark so much no more, because it's definitely a lot warmer, especially tracking out a half, 3/4 of a mile. So we're just going to kind of talk about it a little bit. It's not a whole lot different than Joe's. It's still 1,000 cc, maybe a little less frills on this one.
So mine is the Northstar Ultimate, which each level you go in the Northstar, there's like the Northstar, then there's the Premium, then there's the Ultimate, and I don't know if there's one in between, but each level they add on more features.
But it's been a great machine so far. I've got maybe, I'd say, a couple hundred hours on it, because I use it on the farm, hooked it up. I've done some mods to it. We've put a light bar on it. I put a turn signal kit on it. We've put the green lights for retrieval on it. It came with the winch. Something I like about that Polaris winch is it has a sensor or something in there that when you're running it in, when it gets in, it just shuts itself off. It doesn't crank the cable in and make it too tight. So I really like that. I added a receiver up front for my spreader. So I can hook my spreader up and I tie in underneath to the 12 volt, and I can spread seed with it, fertilizer with it off the front end. I like it on the front so that I can see where it's going and kind of direct it a little bit. Got pretty standard cab. This one, this windshield does not flip out. That's kind of on the lower end Northstars that they have them, but the price was right. So I'll give that up because it's got air conditioning, so I'll use the air conditioning instead. I added rear view mirrors. I put them on. They're the side mirrors. Other than that, I upgraded my tires. I went off of the stock. We do a lot of riding on the gravel roads, and so we put in an 8-ply tire. They're Rockabillys. They've been really good in the snow and the mud. I mean, we're not taking it too hard, but it's gone everywhere that we've wanted it to go. It's a standard height. We put no lift on it or anything of that nature. So it's been real good. Plenty of room. It also has hand crank, not power windows, has hand crank windows on it. The front and the back, we added in our sound box on there, put a little orange tape on there because don't want anybody to hit their head on it. But with the cab closed, it works out really nice.
How has it handled these hills? We're in the Ozarks, some pretty steep hills.
I mean, you can tell a little bit of the difference with the extra weight of the cab. You can feel it in the power range. You really can. But if you want to go any faster than what this will do, you should probably buy a Razor and go that route. It's had no problem pulling anything. I'll put my 65-gallon tank in it and fill it full to the brim and spray my fields up and down these hills, and it's had no issues whatsoever as far as power wise. We even oversized the tires. It normally comes with a 27-inch tire, and this is a 28. It's still a 10-inch tire, but it doesn't have any problems with power. But we didn't buy it for a race machine either. So for working around the farm, it's been really, really good. And again, that cab, what a difference having that cab makes. We take it to town. We'll drive 20 miles to go have dinner just because we can.
I heard they upgraded the power steering in either 24 or 25. How's the power steering and the ride?
So the power steering feels the same as my 23 was. Doesn't feel any different on that end, which is probably a good thing. You don't want it to feel different. You want it to just still be the same, even though it's probably got a little more assist. The ride, you can feel the extra weight up top when you're going down the road. You can feel the machine doing this a little bit because it's got a higher center of gravity now. I'm going to get some wheel spacers and kind of spread that out and stabilize that a little bit more. But I run down the highway because here in Missouri, we can, for $15, we get a permit, and you can drive on any road in the state of Missouri with a $15 permit. So I'll run 45, 50 mile an hour down the highway and not be a problem, not be in the way of too much traffic. The semis half the time are running 45 because they're scared of hitting a deer. So that's not been an issue at all. Overall, we love it. We're glad we made that purchase. We spend more time in it because we have a cab. If we didn't have a cab, we'd just be stuck in the house a lot more. So we turn the heat on and take the dogs for a ride, and away we go. We've used it to retrieve deer. The winch was very handy.
So would you say his last one was an open buggy, if you will? It was a Polaris. Would you say the upgrade was well worth it?
Worth every dime. Worth every dime, because it adds 3 months of winter riding that you wouldn't have with it. And it adds a certain amount of time in the summer, because now you can turn the air on, and when it's too hot to be out, which isn't very often, but so you add maybe, let's say, an extra 30 days of riding that you wouldn't have in the summer, but you add 3 months of riding by having this cab with a heater on it that you just would not have. I could not get my wife to come out and ride with me today, and right now I pull up to the door, put the dogs in, and we just go for a ride for an hour and a half and just enjoy the outside, which we would not do because it's just too cold. Doesn't matter. We have not gotten in it, and we've gone when it's been cold. I mean cold. And we've not gone in it and not had to turn the heater down or off for a little while, because it just cooks you out of there. So that's a good problem to have, that you can get out there and enjoy that, especially at a time of year when getting outdoors is more difficult and challenging with the weather, and you just get cooped up. So it's really nice that it adds that quality to the presence of having a farm.
Let's check out the inside. Show me the inside.
So I went full camo because that's just what rednecks do.
We went for a ride. These seats are very comfortable.
Yeah, they're much the same. I added a lot of my own stuff. I added my turn signal kit to it. I built it on my own, but it's lacking that screen of yours.
Oh, yeah.
And the power steering.
Screen up here. Okay.
It's not that much different than the unit I had.
Honestly, if I could do it again, I don't even use that screen. I don't use the Northstar, the touch screen. The only thing is the backup cam, and even that's sketchy, to be honest. If I could do it again, I'd probably go with this one. Which one is this?
They just bill it as a Northstar. It's just a less option.
They got the Northstar Ultimate. They got the Northstar Premium. So then there must just be a Northstar.
Correct. I believe that's where it is. They got a good, better, best scenario. Okay. But outside of that, there's not even too many add-ons that I would like to put on. We're right there at that point to just use it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, man. Cool. Anything else you want to add?
Put on the blinker kit. I don't know if it'll show up, or you could use that as a standalone. Here, check, and then use the back one that I added on.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I put that up high so it can be seen better.
Yep, I like that.
$60.
On Amazon.
$700 for a kit, $60 to build it yourself.
It's just the Northstar. Sweet. Supposed to kick back on, but it wasn't. So I took it in, they replaced the fan. I've not had one overheating issue since then. The high-def GoPro this time. Got a nice iced down Coca-Cola with just a little bit of flavoring in it. One shot with the backup cam. Drive. And it senses which tires are slipping, and it locks everything in. So it works extremely well. I have not got this machine stuck yet. It also has the 3 engine modes, which they all make a difference. The work mode, which I use when like I'm towing something heavy, a trailer behind it, or when I'm pulling the heavy drag up and down the driveway or on a food plot. You know, standard and performance. I did use that a little bit on our trail ride we had here a few months ago. Woo-hoo-hoo!